Mike Johnson is in a difficult position. As Speaker of the House, he faces political instability within his own party. While he holds the title of Speaker, much of his power is still dependent on Donald Trump. However, Trump's influence within the Republican Party is fading, leaving Johnson to navigate a fragile coalition in Congress. This situation is made even more complex by the passing of one member, the hospitalization of another, and a growing list of resignations.
You mirror, just today you're starting to see, some unrest in the Capitol. That is a place full of very dangerous guerrilla groups. What does he think our obligation is? Should, his chosen leader, Delcy Rodriguez, be disposed? That could get more messy. But the consequence of Greenland becoming an actual thing we have to worry about is earth-shattering, because it is the end of NATO. It is a massive interruption in the U.S.-European alliance structure. And if you listen, I think people are sort of tired of being told that they should care about Europe, but there is really no way to manage and confront the rise of China without the United States and Europe working together. And so Greenland, if he ever did anything to try to move there, would just be the biggest gift ever constructed for China, because they would get kind of a free ride to global primacy as the United States and Europe were at war with each other. So that's a big deal, and we should probably stop thinking about it as a sideshow.
Chris Murphy's comments are crucial for understanding the shifting global dynamics. While Trump has focused much of his attention on Greenland, Murphy argues that the real geopolitical risks lie in how the U.S. addresses its foreign policy issues, particularly in relation to Europe and China. Amid the growing tension, the call for military intervention becomes louder. Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, and other prominent figures have expressed support for considering military options should the situation in Greenland worsen.
Military option.
You've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. They said the military option is on the table. So is the administration really willing to risk the NATO alliance by potentially moving ahead with military operations?
What I think the White House said yesterday is what I will tell you now, and I've always said. The president always retained the option. Every president, not this president, every president always retains the option. I'm not talking about Greenland. I'm just talking about globally. If the president identifies a threat to the national security of the United States, every president retains the option to address it through military means. As a diplomat, which is what I am now, and what we work on, we always prefer to settle it in different ways. That included in Venezuela. We tried repeatedly to reach an outcome here that did not involve having to go in and grab an indicted drug trafficker. Those were unsuccessful, unfortunately.
These statements by Rubio and Hegseth signal that military action in Greenland could soon be considered a viable option. However, such an action would have serious consequences, not only for the U.S., but for its relationships with NATO and Europe as well. Mike Johnson, under intense pressure, has been asked about the potential for military action in Greenland. Instead of providing a clear response, Johnson avoided the question entirely. His reluctance to take a definitive stance highlights the deep divisions within the Republican Party and the precarious nature of his position as Speaker.
Question. I'm not gonna take 1,000 gotcha questions this morning trying to pit me against the White House. It is. I've said I can't be more clear than I have been on this. I've given lengthy statements on it. You know where I stand. You know where the House stands. We're going to get a briefing today, and then we'll see how it develops. So everybody relax.
Johnson's refusal to address the question directly shows how much he is trying to avoid alienating key factions of his party, particularly Trump supporters. This highlights the ongoing struggle within the GOP to balance competing interests while maintaining party unity. With all the tension building up within the GOP and the global spotlight on Greenland, Mike Johnson's leadership is being tested. The future of Greenland and the potential for military involvement are still up in the air. Johnson's ability to manage these issues will be crucial as we approach the midterms and the broader geopolitical landscape continues to shift.
Trump has talked about military action in Greenland. You said that there didn't need to be military notification or that this wasn't a war act in Venezuela. If there is military action in Greenland, would Congress need authorization? And also, would Congress need authorization for need to have power of the purse for control of oil in Venezuela?
Okay, let me address them in turn. We're not at war with Greenland. We have no intention of being it. We have no reason to be at war with Greenland, okay? Everybody knows there's geopolitical and strategic importance.
Mike Johnson is under increasing pressure. As Speaker of the House, he is attempting to navigate a deeply divided party, with his leadership tested by Trump's fading influence, the growing rift in the GOP, and the looming threat of military action in Greenland. How he handles these challenges could determine not just his future as Speaker, but the direction of the Republican Party in the years ahead. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button for more in-depth commentary on the issues that matter most.